I accept that there will be people around the world who fundamentally disagree with what I've done and how I've done it. But I knew that I had to do everything I could to protect my family, especially after what happened to my mum. You know, I didn't want history to repeat itself.
I think it's a little bit glib to try and say that Meghan's experience is like Diana's. They're two very different women in different times, doing very different jobs. Her gripe was not with the monarchy, it was with her husband. And that's a very different set of circumstances. She knew that the monarchy was going to be inherited by her son, her eldest son, as it happens. And she would say to me often that this is not something that she would choose to damage.
Diana loved the monarchy. She was incredibly proud that her two sons were going to be senior royals, that William was going to be king. You've given birth to a king. And she was very proud of them. She loved it. It just didn't work for her, and the marriage didn't work. But she wasn't vicious. She wasn't trying to get her own back.
Meghan didn't get an easy ride in the media, and I do feel a degree of sympathy for her on that. But we also have to look behind the scenes. There are also allegations of bullying that took place, denied by Meghan, but maintained by those who worked for the Sussexes. And I think that there was a lot going on behind the scenes from a very early point.
He talks about this fear of history repeating itself. But I do think that the media has changed a hell of a lot since his mother's day for the better. That's not to say that they haven't suffered as a result of some of the coverage. There's no question of that.
Well, it's one of these convenient truths for Harry, I think, by comparing his wife to his late mother. Indeed, I mean, Diana was a very, very different person. She was an awful lot younger, 19 when she was sort of brought into the royal fold. Really, it didn't have that guiding hand that Meghan did have. And for Harry and Meghan to sit there and say that nobody helped Meghan is a complete travesty. I mean, people at the palace will say that she was afforded all the help that the Queen and the rest of the royal family could give her. I mean, she was given one of the Queen's most trusted aides. There was a team of people around her, a communications team who were working very, very hard to try and make sure that she got to grips with royal life. And when you compare that to Diana, Diana really was left alone, and that culminated in the breakdown of her relationship with Charles, which became so toxic. And I think the lessons really were learned by the palace in that sense. And for Harry and Meghan to play on those is quite a distortion of the truth, unfortunately.